Gotta shake you up to give you love. Gotta shake you up, just play your A's. Now flip that takoyaki.
God.
Yeah.
What the no, seriously, what the heck with the last like 2-3 episodes of this review?
Yeah, no, I would say as far as ending an arc goes, it's a nice comedic change of pace before things get really serious.
I mean, the fact that we go into like we get an upgrade to someone, and this kind of like, no, you guys aren't ready. You guys aren't. You need more. To then going into a story of like the prince and the pauper of takoyaki dynasty families.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we have had some strange stories occur during a season, like for some reason the world is coming to an end, but we got to do a school festival.
Yeah.
A monster is spreading a plague virus that, if infected, it starts to mutate you and causes horrible boils. But we got to help this. We got to help this Boy Scout troop earn their merit badge. There's a dance off, and apparently jewelry with killer bees are involved.
Ah, yes, Kamen Rider Black.
Like it. I'm like, okay, who did we just not get done? Or like it's almost like, again, with anime, that we do a serious story, and the next thing you know, filler.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have it? No, it does. It does connect. But I'm like, what? And I'm a man who loves his takoyakis, but I'm like, what? Where did this come from?
I always had this joke. How do you fix a plot hole? By using a plot device and some filler.
And especially revolving around Hajime.
Yeah. See, I told you that whole thing with Gene way back when. This is the first of two times that it's gonna happen, but the second time is not as bad as the first one.
I thought to myself, there's no way. What could top this? What could top? No, wow, for real.
Honestly, the funniest part for me is just the way Amane is just interacting during those two episodes.
Again, I love little sis Amane, but she has just been annoying me these past few episodes. Just her, I'm like, okay, child, know your place. You are a child, okay? You do not understand what's going on, and God bless you that you don't. But for you to like go around and start like nagging Ken and Kataro, your uncle, and I'm like, Hajime has been the weird one. This is coming from me. Hajime being the weird one.
Yeah.
And doing what he's doing, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then it's like, finally, when you do, this is the one thing I was like, you think you know somebody, or it's like, someone knows, and yet you fall for the obvious dud.
Yeah.
Especially how, like, how Hajime speaks, how he acts, how, like, what he does. How do you take the fake and say it's him? And then you're all like depressed and mopey because it's like he's not the the mopey tsundere that I know and love. I'm like, no, he's actually tolerable.
Yeah.
He's actually like being nice and polite and doing stuff which are like, that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this man? What did I bring home? Yeah, what did you bring home?
It's a good question.
What did you bring home? Because oh no, I know Hajime. I'm like, no, you don't. Because if you knew him, you wouldn't have picked the obvious fake. It's like I was kind of like, this is not Hajime. Even looking at him by his clothes, I'm like, that's not Hajime. That is so not him. And let us not forget, are we, I mean, obviously, but it's like, it kind of answered the question for me, because I was like, okay, last review we had come up that that Hajime has actually been faking it in terms of being Chalice and everything. Like he's been using a card to charade himself of what he actually is. We know he's an undead. We just don't know what undead. So wouldn't that also, and I kind of said to myself, so wouldn't that mean if he's been charading around as a Kamen Rider, then wouldn't that mean that he's been charading around as a human? Like, is this form that we see?
Yes.
Even,
that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, like so you're telling me that Hajime saw this guy and took like a Xerox of him and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna, but then you finally bumped into him.
Well, not quite. It's this guy is not who Hajime is based on. It's just some random guy who looks like what Hajime is based on.
But it's not like he saw it. It's not like he saw him and be like, yeah, like
I'm gonna copy this guy. No. It's
it's not like a Transformers type of thing where they just scan the vehicle. It's like no. So Hajime never had seen this guy before. He just kind of
no. It's just a happy coincidence that we find a random human who just happens to look like the spirit undead.
Yeah, no. I seriously feel as though like no. But again, I was just like, wait, is this finally answering like, yeah, so you stole someone's identity but not fully? Oh no, they're still alive. They're still you couldn't have okay. Yeah. But it was just a happy coincidence that I just happened to, throw a random photo AI generator and it just came up and I'm like, yeah. What are the chances that you turn into someone that actually lives in the same city you do?
Yeah. It's actually really funny because my last name's not very common where I currently live or where I was born. And yet one time I go to the Middle East. And then on the 5th day I'm there, I run into a girl who has the exact same last name as me. Like, what are the odds of this happening? And the thing is, it's like, they're from Belarus, right? So it's like you need to have someone like me go to this country and someone like her go to this country at the same time and happen to be in the same hotel lobby at the same time. Like the statistical probability of that happening is still like incredibly like slim. But yeah, no, that's great. So yeah, no, it's really funny because I remember someone said there's like a different type of person for every color, but there's 16,777,216 colors that the human eye can perceive, going from black to white. And there are 8 billion people, so you are basically 1 in 81. Or rather right now in the world there's 81 people that are exactly like you, but the chance of you finding them is like Very slim. At most, you're probably going to find 3 of them in your lifetime. Yeah. But what are we here to discuss? It's Kamen Rider Breido, episodes 26 through 30, where we finally finish off our second arc.
This damn early in the morning.
Yeah.
Again, a very powerful way to start off, especially where we left off last week.
Yeah, we just sealed away not 1 but 2 royal cards.
Yes, I'm just saying, we go from a momentum of like everything is going at top speed. We're building momentum here. For us to stop, it would be sparking on the track. And then we go into
episode 26.
I don't want to get married, and I don't want to combine 2 feuding like a Romeo and Juliet takoyaki Prince and the Pauper situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, this is a show about cards and undead animals, right?
Yep.
Like
having a battle royale.
Also, Yuki came back. I'm like, wait, I thought you were dead. Or like you look like Yuki. I could be mistaken. I was like, wait, I've seen her before. Who is this random woman laughing in the middle of the Shibuya crossing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that Yuki? It looks like her. But apparently it's not. It's another female undead.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys look roughly the same. It reminds me of a certain Pearl, and a cat. Who again was not a cat.
The less I discuss the cat one, the better.
Yeah, like retroactively, she was not a cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was not a cat. That just happened later.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what? Well, that makes sense. But again, I was like, why didn't you do that in the original show? Why did you do it in the fucking movie 20 years later?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. It's like, it's one thing to retroactively put that, oh yeah, no, we did it. Yeah, no, it was hinted. But I'm like, then why didn't the belt work? Why didn't anything work with her? Like, it just didn't. And it was like, oh no, well, it's just that we didn't finish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there was also another situation where you didn't finish, but the person still was able to use it. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So in case you're wondering about the actress playing Serpent, which we'll get to later, it's Mio Fukuzumi, who not only played Kamen Rider Gil's ex-girlfriend in Kamen Rider Agito, but also she played Wending from Hurricane Drew.
Okay.
Yes. The Japanese version of Capri
That's why I was like, wait, I've seen her before. But I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now I see it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. No, not to mention, I'm like, isn't it kind of nuts how like when they get these certain actresses on screen, they just have to make them look like a certain way.
Marketing.
I mean, I get it, guys. I get it. She once was an AV at one point, but now is she's done a whole lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am using the abbreviation if you don't know. Sentai.
A lot of Sentai villainesses were involved in a certain genre of film.
Yeah, if you want to know, Akiba Ranger actually put a
even reference this,
on the main 3 that have, and I'm not saying that they haven't to this point, but I think it's the only ones. There are only 3, I think.
No, there were more.
As
I
far as
know
we know.
the one I'm most familiar with is now Aikawa, who played Keka Glacia from Go Onger.
Oh, I want to meet her so badly.
Oh yeah, no.
I actually submitted that to Toko Spirits. I was like, yeah, can we get her to come?
Mhm.
Like, it's kind of crazy that we only get like the Sentais, never the villains, never like the people who are actually the bad guys, even though.
Yeah, unless a ranger actually played a bad guy in a different role, you don't really get to see much of that.
I is a sweetheart. She's actually done a lot afterwards and even like really made a name for herself. But yeah, I would love to meet her. Imagine her and having Futahara-san, like both Sosuke and Kagareshi.
Well, if anything, it should be her and the guy who played Hanto in Go on Green.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how isn't it funny how in the Japanese version the Green Ranger hooks up with the villainous, while in the American version he hooks up with the mentor.
I think they were already a thing even before the show started.
No. I mean in the show.
No, I know, but it's kind of like it's like some people have this whole thing like, oh no, they started after. No. I think they were during or even pre-show. Like it's just.
But I'm specifically talking about the characters.
Yeah. The characters themselves, which I'm like, kind of weird. But then again, I think neither Green got anywhere with that. Yeah. So Wendy makes a cameo, and I was like, okay, all right. I was wondering why that face looks so familiar. Not seen her work though. I've not seen any of it. Although it is rather interesting that especially for a children's show in Japan, that they actually allow such things. But I guess again, it is a stepping stone for people's careers. If we can allow the boy love stuff to thrive, why not the ladies? And I actually have come into information that there have been some people that are like, oh, must you bring up the boy love for Zets? And it's pretty obvious when you look at Zets.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy how like you don't mind us, or you mind us talking, or we slightly bring that up, but there's also girl love dramas. And actually 2 Sentai actresses were a part of that. And yet no one is saying, no, don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go into details, but it's actually it's Ryuso Pink and Kirame Green.
Mm-hmm.
So take that information for what you will. It's out there. It is a thing, and yes. Yes. Respectably, yes. There are such parts in that show. So you got a problem with Baku and Nox, then you must have a problem with Asuka and I never watched Kira Major, so I don't know Green's name.
Oh yeah. Senna.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough with the adult themes. We must get back to
Elephant Dude just crushes Blade, so much so that we see a broken helmet scene.
He was a massive threat. Like even in the past episode, it's like, this elephant is just murdering everybody. That I don't understand it. We've had elephants before in shows, elephant themed kaijin, and none of them showed the violence that this thing did.
Oh yeah.
I was like, elephants, rhinoceroses, you don't really see. I mean, yeah, okay, but you don't really see them be that menacing.
Yeah.
This year was like, wow, we're really just, well, yeah, it's a big hulking beast
Elephant, yeah.
of a thing, you know, and especially since it's got like 3 morning stars like dangling from its arm trunk, and like, you know, it's tossing cars around like they were just paper bags.
Yep. Yeah, no, this dude is an absolute menace.
And the one thing about this whole these episodes that I was kind of like, what, was the fact that Mitsuki regressed. I didn't like that.
No.
I'm like, we spent almost like past 5 episodes establishing that you have grown and that you have bettered yourself, Mitsuki, but then out of nowhere you just regressed. Especially here, because, you know, during the fight with the elephant Blade and Garen, as you mentioned, a very rare moment of breaking the helmet. We wind up also being introduced to a new character of mysterious man
with Ozzy's
with Ozzy's glasses and a small parakeet.
Yeah, a mysterious nomad who just came back from Tibet named Shima-san. And yeah, no, turns out he's like a high-ranking member of board who like left to like meditate, and he came back to support the riders by giving something that could help you out fight the elephant undead. But I have to know if your heart's in the right place.
All right, David Carradine, chill the fuck out. All right,
Yeah.
this is a Kamen Rider show. It's not. It's not Texas Ranger. All right.
Yeah. Well, it just and it doesn't take too long for everyone to figure out. Yes, this guy is actually the tarantula undead. You know, it's kind of interesting that the ace card is just spider, but king is tarantula. Even more interesting is that tarantulas are actually some of the most docile species of spiders out there.
People want to say tarantulas are vicious. I'm like, no,
they're fuzzy. They're practically arachnid dogs.
Yeah, they're the only reason why people are freaked out about them is that they're larger. They're the largest species in arachnids.
Not the largest, but a relatively large species.
And you know, and it's obviously like, yeah, imagine seeing that just show up one day, you know, compared to the spider, which is like, again, well, spiders again vary in size as well. But tarantulas, normally people just assume them to be like these giant creatures. I'm like, about the size of your palm, more or less.
Yeah, the biggest spider is the giant huntsman spider. And they live in Laos in South America.
Yes. Very, don't the tropics, you don't know. You don't fucking know spiders.
South America.
Yeah, you don't know spiders until you go down south. So Mr. Shima, you know, goes to the house and introduces himself to everybody, to Ken, to Tachibana, to Kotaro, to Shiori.
Yeah, basically it's like, hi, I'm Landfill's brother. And he told me all about you. You must be Kenzaki, and you're Tachibana, and you're Asami, and you're Shiori. It's like, wow, it's like you know all of us. It's like we don't have to worry about the whole awkward introduction thing. And also, in honor of my brother's name, do you mind calling me Landfill? It's like Landfill never left.
It's such a thing that so apparently he's a friend of the president, that, you know, they've been, you know, the president is still figuring out the whole thing of the undead and whatnot. But obviously we knew something was up with this guy.
Yeah, he has a
Because
bag full of spiders.
it wasn't just the fact of his introduction. It was also the fact that the elephant knew who this guy was. Like, he sensed him. He knew what, like, oh. So that's kind of like, well, you know what? We've already had a Hajime here for a while. So is it crazy that there's another undead within our ranks? No.
Yeah. And
not
on
at
our
all.
side,
Not at all. It's not crazy, but it's like, so wait a minute. You tell me the tarantula is zen and very chill while the spider is being an asshole?
pretty much.
What the fuck?
I mean, in hindsight, it does feel appropriate since tarantulas, as I mentioned, are among the more docile species of spiders. But the fact that he is the king card and not the ace card, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I kind of just question. I'm like, so wait, this is a higher suit. This is a higher suit than the ace.
Yeah,
and yeah,
keep in mind, in this context, aces are accounted as ones.
And I mean, I kind of was like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, I was like, well, it's Mitsuki. It's Mitsuki. So as much as I'm like, I praised Mitsuki in the past review, I'm just like, yeah, it's only a matter of time before he relapses and let the spider venom relationship take a hold of him again. Because we wouldn't have a show if he was just like, oh yeah, no, he's just another Kamen Rider. But no.
Yeah, no, it's so like the sum of this episode is basically Elephant's like, I want to chill and then I want to rampage. And then you got Mitsuki saying, hey, Chibana, we should fight the elephant dude. It's like, no, dude, you gotta chill because our suits are still regenerating. And then Shima finds he finds Hajime, who just came back from a fight with the elephant undead.
Yeah, and Hajime got his ass kicked.
Hajime, I know what you really are, but you need to learn to chill. Basically, the whole episode is just people telling each other they need to chill. And then it's like, I need you to give me the thing that you said is going to help me. But do you know why you're fighting? Because it's my job. Actually, that's not a good reason. You need to chill.
It actually made a point. Because I'm like, yeah, why are you fighting? Is the question. Like, what exactly is your motivation?
Job. That's not good enough of an answer.
Yeah, you're saying it's your job, but I'm like, no, you know what? That's not an answer. That's not a reply to say,
it's like choosing to be a Power Ranger because it comes with capes.
Yeah, it's like, what exactly is it that you're trying to do here? What exactly is, and that's anywhere. That's anywhere. The answer might be simple, it might be stupid, but again, to say like, oh, I have a duty, that's not an answer. You are merely trying to make it so. When in actuality, it's like, yeah, Ken, why exactly are you Blade? Like, why exactly are you a Kamen Rider? What motivated you to even be one? And if you said like, oh, it's just my job, it's just like, yeah, kind of funny you say that. If I were to ask Tachibana that question, he wouldn't say that. Same thing with the Hajime and even Mitsuki. Yeah. Like, they don't see it as a job. In fact, they might see it as a curse. They might see it as a blessing, or they might just be indifferent. I just am. That's Hajime's answer. And I'm like, again,
I suppose that's one of the better things about the show is that all four of them are motivated by different things.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but not all of them say like, oh, it's my job. It's my no. That's no. You're unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Kamen Rider trope of Heisei. You have no job. This is just something you do. Why do you do it though? Why is it your thing? I mean, why the hell did AG become old in the first place? He could have said no, but we knew why he did it.
Yeah.
Same thing even goes for Forze, for Wizard, for almost all the Kamen Riders. Like, what is your reason for being this and doing this? Okay, but you kind of just say it's your job. Not good enough.
Yeah. So yeah, we get those hints about Hajime being possibly a particular undead, but then it's interrupted because Amane is riding her bike. It's like, you guys take care of this. I have to go spend time with Amane. But then Elephant starts rampaging at a baseball stadium. So then it's like, the three other riders try to fight him. They're struggling while Shima watches. Kenzaki finds a little girl who's trapped under one of the bleachers, and he rescues her, and he realizes it's not just a job for me. I take this job because I want to protect people. And then she goes like, bingo, that's the answer I wanted to hear. And he throws him the Rouse Absorber.
Which, what the hell is this thing?
Basically lets you fuse with more than one undead at the same time. Like normally when you use your change card, you're fusing with the ace undead. But using the Rouse Absorber, you're basically fusing with both an ace and a jack. So yeah,
like a precursor to something Ghost Ager would use.
Oh yeah. Absorption, Queen, Fusion, Jack.
Yeah. We finally get a first secondary form at the 25 episode mark where Blade becomes
the Jack mode
form. Yeah. So he goes from an ace to a Jack.
So like parts of his armor become golden, but he gains like these wings. The wings are cool, but I have to agree with Mark Satsu. I feel like the specific gold to silver balance is just way off. Like either like make the whole like most of it gold, or just don't do it at all, because it just there's too much going on, and gold and blue only work together if like there's a good color balance between those two. But I'm not seeing it with Jack form. Honestly, this is why for both Blade and Garen, Jack form is my least favorite.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, the wings are cool, but
it would have made more sense if they kept the silver motif. Like, obviously, the gold will play into the final form, but it just doesn't seem right to have the gold.
Yeah, it just feels like only his face and his chest turned gold.
Yeah, like everything else is like, oh, that's it. You got wings and you changed color. That's it.
Yeah,
kind of a useless transformation, don't you think? Like nothing but changed. Again, I could say that with any transformation. It's like, double Kiva with Ols and all that stuff. No. But this one, again, there wasn't much change to the main design other than a color swap
and wings.
Yeah, if you had just added the wings in the background and maybe like a design or something, because there is a design that was added to the chest because of that.
Yes.
If you had kept the embroiderments and the wings, I'm like, okay. But
or just make all of it gold, like instead of like for example, there's like the part of his vest that go like down to his ribs. Like those stay silver. Like if they became gold too, I would probably complain less.
But this was enough to destroy the elephant that had
Yes, it
been
was.
causing us problems for the past 2 episodes. And Ken was the one that sealed it.
Yep. And
So
meanwhile, Shima walks up to Tachibana. It's like, yes, you can use Kenzaki. You can use this at any time. And Tachibana, don't you worry. The president's working on a second one just for you. And Mitsuki's like, what about me? Don't I deserve one? Yeah, you got your own problems you have to deal with.
yeah, again, that's the thing that I was so upset with these episodes was like the whole Mitsuki thing. I'm like, okay, did we not establish this like 5 episodes ago, Mitsuki? Like, like again, Tachibana even was your teacher and telling you
It
what you
still
need to
is.
do, and yet here you are demanding to be like, I want to be. I'm like, you want to be in the front lines? Really?
Yeah.
You want
You're
to
just
be
a
out?
high schooler playing basketball,
You
dude.
want to be out there? You want to be fucking like you want to be the main character, pretty much is what you're saying. You want to be out in the battles, in the fights, near death experiences because why? Because you think you're like so like untouchable or something. Like nothing bad is gonna happen to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like all the power and none of the responsibility.
And I really don't get it. I'm like, where is this coming from? The past couple episodes, you realized what you were doing, what was happening, and like, but now here it's like you totally regressed back to the time that you first got the spider. It's like, have you learned nothing, Mitsuki? Like, have you learned nothing? Well, apparently he did, and he just said, fuck it. Because again, in these next few episodes, I swear to God, I wanted just to beat Mitsuki over the head with a pipe. I'm like, where is this coming from, man? What happened? And you could chalk it up to it's the spider. The spider's talking to him like a disembodied Willem Dafoe kind of situation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so episode 27, the trembling heart.
Yeah, basically the spider's back.
Yeah, we're having again a Willem Dafoe Norman Osborn moment with Mitsuki again. Apparently the spider has just been controlling Mitsuki and making him be like, they're holding you back, Mitsuki. They really don't trust you, or they really don't see you as anything. Well, think about it. When you first got introduced, you tried to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So can you blame them for not trusting you, or like, hey, take your time, Mitsuki. You gotta get into this. No. Again, he's a kid, so he's very, very susceptible to peer pressure and what others think of him. Tis the thing of a child. Just because you're not like with the group, you think, oh, they must not like me, or they probably hate me, or something like that. That's not.
Or that obligatory scene from Dragon Knight when like Adam walks in on everyone laughing at the wrong moment, and he thinks, oh, they're all laughing at me.
Yeah,
maybe I should betray them.
Yeah, no, that's not what's happening here.
Yeah.
Kate, that's not what's happening here. You are not there because you are not ready to be there, and yet you purposely throw yourself in those situations and get your ass kicked. Even get your girlfriend. I don't even know if that is your girlfriend. It's just a girl.
I keep track.
Yeah, it's just a girl who is a friend that is just like, you even get her into this shit again. I'm like, God damn it, really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. My notes. So Mitsuki begins to fall under talking to the spider. There's a buffalo undead that fights Karen Blade.
It's Magnet Buffalo, the 8 of spades. Sure thinking wait, we are now dealing with the Buffalo, not like way back when, or one of the cards that they sealed way back before the show started. Nope, we're only now dealing with the Buffalo. It's like we've had so many episodes not too long ago where we're dealing with a royal after another. Like we got the peacock, the eagle, the wolf, the orchid, the elephant. That's like, oh my god, there's like we sealed 6 of them. Technically, a 7th one's already sealed off screen. Like, and that only, and like now all of a sudden, oh, we got another like non-royal one. Like at this point, it's like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's well, even so, the Buffalo doesn't even seem like that much of a threat in this episode because pretty much it's all about Mitsuki again. And the fact that even Tachibana has like, told him, hey, Mitsuki, you gotta really, it's like, you guys are really like disrespecting me because I thought I was part of the team. And I'm like, you are, but you can't. It's like, you do know that you still haven't gotten control over it. We gotta, no, you guys are just jealous because I'm the 6th Ranger and kids care more about me than they care about you. And then I'll get my own TV show. I'm like, no, Mitsuki, no.
No, you're not. You're not Adam Steele from Cybertron.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're not. Okay, and even so, have you seen our cast of Kamen Riders here? I don't think anyone here is going to be fondly remembered as much. Maybe Ken, but
yeah, but it's only because Ken's a good boy.
Yeah, but you're not going to be brought back for no anniversary special. That's for sure.
No, not unless you do not even in Outsiders, because we get Garen in Outsiders, but not Mitsuki.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's like, again, I have looked.
It's like you have a 7-episode TTFC series dedicated to like the anti-heroes, the former villains, the people, basically the Suicide Squad, the losers. And but even Mitsuki's not in there.
Yeah, but no Langle, no Mitsuki.
No Langle. No, yeah. We got freaking Oja. We got Arc from 01. We got what's his name? Dan Kuroto. We get a corrupted version of Yuto from Deno.
Yeah,
but no Mitsuki.
No Mitsuki, no Langle. So, yeah. I mean, not to be shitting on the actor himself, but I'm like, the character of Mitsuki was not, in all honesty, looking into Blade, a lot of people are very annoyed with Langle and Mitsuki. It's almost the same hate that they give to oh god, I had his name in my head and I lost it.
Yeah,
because he kind of he's a worse. He's almost. I defended him, but this is like the worst version that so and so from Gaim could have been.
You mean Michi?
Michi. Yeah. Mitsuki. See, that's why it's so confusing. I was like, maybe that's why I was like, Mitsuki and Michi are almost exactly the same because they are being manipulated from outside sources. But the thing is, I defended Michi because, Michi's a kid and Michi is, he was coerced by a female demon from another dimension of plant monsters who was voiced by Seto Kaiba. And yet, in this, like, well, isn't this the same thing? Isn't this like, kind of? But the thing is that The reason why Michi fell into that situation was because, again, his lifestyle and what he believed was what he had to do, or what people expected him to do. You know, the peer pressures of supposed high class life. You know,
Big Brother.
Big Brother, which again, Tori did not want that for Michi. Tori wanted him to live his own life, but in his head, it's like, no, I have to be just like Big Brother, which is not true. This situation, however, same thing, but there is no reason behind it. There is no reason why Mitsuki should be disrespecting Tachibana and Ken and everyone else, because again, we know, the audience knows, Shiori knows, everyone knows that you're not ready, Mitsuki. You're not ready. You haven't gotten control of this, and yet what do? Exactly.
You let yourself go more.
You attacked Tachibana. You attacked Ken. You were like, you know, we got a freaking buffalo over here who is voiced by let me see here, by Katsumi Shino, who is a very prolific voice actor in the Kamen Rider franchise, done many of villains, you know, very big name in villain voiceover, and yet you want to run interference because you want to take on the buffalo, but instead of like doing it yourself, you're going to kick the asses of your seniors to then try to kick the ass of the buffalo, which even they are having a hard time.
Yeah.
But because you're the 6th Green Ranger, you think like, oh, I can do it. Which again gets the confrontation between Mitsuki and Mr. Shino, because he knew, and he's like, yeah, Mitsuki, you gotta chill, man, because if you don't, I'm gonna have to kick your ass. I'm a very zen guy. I'm a very chill namaste type of guy. But if you even dare cross me, you're gonna find out. And again, same thing happened with Michi. Same thing. The thing is that Michi learned. Mitsuki, on the other hand, has learned, but he said, "Fuck it, just fuck it. I don't care what I learned. You guys aren't giving me my spot." Which I'm like, yeah, I'm very disappointed in you, Mitsuki.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people came at me for defending Michi.
As what's his name, Joey Swell would say, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
People came at me and asked me like, how could I defend Michi and Gaim? Like, what the? And I'm like, bro, at least he learned and he got forgiveness from what is happening. Mitsuki, on the other hand, is just being a little shit for being a little shit's sake, and he doesn't care. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, no, I don't care if you get your ass kicked here and get sealed away, Michi. I actually want you to get your powers taken away. But yeah, let's see what else happened. Mitsuki being an asshole.
Yeah.
Blade confronts the
more of that spider nonsense.
Yeah. So obviously, Ken fights and tries to steal the buffalo, and so the spider obviously is just being a manipulative asshole to Mitsuki, and Mitsuki's actually listening to it. Yeah. Is it going to be any surprise what happens in the next episode?
No.
Yeah. So from Trembling Hearts, we move on to episode 28, The Dangerous Gamble. which, again, the tarantula is fighting the spider. Again, not a shocker that we have, another undead on the side of board just because. It's just the fact of, it's crazy how this guy who randomly showed up is a lot more responsible and a lot more understanding and caring than the kid who apparently has been with us for almost 10 episodes now and just has destroyed everything that he's built within just a matter of seconds. Let's see here. What my notes say. Mr. Shima fights Liangle, and Blade shows up to stop it. Mitsuki continues to fight with the spider undead, which again, are you, Mitsuki? Are you actually fighting it? Because it just seems like, you're arguing, but you're not resisting. You're like just telling it to stop, which I'm like, no. That's not resisting. That's like trying to say I'm gonna put out a fire by yelling at it. Let's do what else. We do have another undead in this episode.
Yeah.
A very weird one I thought this was supposed to be dominant animals that were part of this, but I'm like, a woodpecker?
Yep. Oh, rapid.
We have a woodpecker undead. Okay. Of all the things to make into a kaijin, I'm like, a woodpecker.
A woodpecker.
A woodpecker.
A woodpecker.
Well, we've had moths and we had hummingbirds. Yeah. So I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Let's see what else. A woodpecker begins attacking people. Garen goes to seal it. Both Liangle and Shima have another fight. Blade tries to stop it, and Shima allows him to get sealed by Liangle.
Good grief.
So we lost Mr. Shima
for no good reason.
And again, if you look at it, it's like, oh, that's good. No. Mr. Shima allowed himself to get sealed. He didn't lose.
Yeah.
He did not lose. For the sneaky old bastard pretty much now within the cards of Liangle, I feel as though now there's going to even be more drama.
Yeah. Oh, but before it happens, Shima does have he doesn't get sealed yet. That's towards the end of episode 20. Yeah. Kenzaki just breaks up the fight at first. But then later on, when Hajime meets up with Shima reveals something very peculiar.
And what is that?
We meet again. Joker.
Towards Hajime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yeah. Turns out the mysterious undead that Hajime was the whole time was actually the Joker undead.
And the Joker undead is what?
Death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hajime, there's only so much of your brooding I can stand. The fact that you are literal death it doesn't even cover.
And what's particularly funny is that the Joker undead's design scheme is similar to that of a cockroach, which is very appropriate because cockroaches can adapt to different situations very quickly.
Yeah,
as can death itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, she was like, I know you've been using that spirit card a lot. I noticed that ever since you've been starting using it more and more frequently, you've been trying to behave more and more like a human.
Yeah, that's why he's on this whole journey from the very first time we met him, and especially with these last couple of episodes of what are people? Who am I? What am I? I'm like, that's a very good question. Why are you just asking these now? So what have you been doing this whole time as a human?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a nice little, again, very interesting point that is made with Hajime being the Joker and being like, okay, yeah, so what are we gonna do with that information now? Well, you're not gonna believe it even if I told you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, Shima was visiting Tachibana at a hospital where, weirdly enough, Tachibana was bedmates with Mitsuki's girlfriend.
Yeah, that poor girl.
Mhm.
Just get Jesus Christ, just constantly,
Getting
you know,
herself.
just getting raped all the time just for Mitsuki's sake. And I'm like, oh God, Mitsuki, you are really a piece of work, aren't you?
Yes, he is.
And that kind of again, not much gets resolved there. We just know that the girlfriend is going to have something to do later on. But Mitsuki is victorious, but he's not victorious here. It's made to believe that he won, but it's like, bro, the dude threw the fight. You were not gonna win that. He threw the fight, and what's gonna happen after? Well, that's for a later date. But you did not win, Mitsuki.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get to the part of the review that I wondered what this was about. Episode 29. The two chalices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Mitsuki sealed away our Mr. Tarantula, and yeah. And honestly, I will say this: I love how episode 28 ends with Mitsuki standing in front of that wall with the fractured mirrors.
Yeah, it's like, he's kind of wondering to himself, what is he? And I'm like, you're a jackass and a jerk. That's what you are.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, from this point on, Mitsuki is going to be an insufferable prick for another 15 episodes. So, good luck with that.
Yeah, but we kind of just dropped that story and dropped this momentum to give you a Romeo and Juliet type story.
Yeah, it's a cross between William Shakespeare and Charles Dickens. Because, we have two undead. One of them's a royal, at least. You got the Serpent Queen and the Rock Tortoise. Both Duckins.
Yeah, which we've already established. Our Serpent Queen is Miss Wendy from Hurricaneger. I did not recognize her without a snake crest or the pink hair.
Yeah.
So takoyakis. You know, those pancakey octopus balls that you see in anime.
Yep.
Some people think it's weird to eat something like that.
I'm not an octopus eating person, but I don't think it's weird.
I'm like,
I'm just not a mollusk guy.
Eating anything that has no skeletal structure in it is weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts how people eat clams, oysters, mussels, God knows what else. But when they look at an octopus and it's like, or anything like an octopus, they're like, ew, no. I'm like, do you realize exactly what it is that you just like, like
let me tell you something about. Let me tell you the difference between an octopus and a clown. Between an octopus and a snail, because people love their escargot. They're both mollusks. They're part of the same phylum of animals, but their classes are different. So octopus comes from class Cephalopoda, which means head, foot. Pretty straightforward. Most of its body is its head, and then it has tendrils to help it move. That's pretty much the sum of it. But snails are part of something called gastropoda, which means stomach foot. Which, in other words, it moves around using its own digestive system.
Yeah. So what's more disgusting?
Mm-hmm. Eating something that's a head and a foot, or eating something that uses its own stomach as feet. Now, mussels and clams, there are a third class of mollusk called the bivalve, which means two chambers, which makes sense because air nutrients goes in, carbon dioxide and waste products go out, and that's pretty much all there is to it.
Also, clams, mussels, oysters, and all that stuff. That's let me put it to you this way: that's nature's filtration system.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wonder why they use those types of mollusks and whatnot in ponds and things like that?
Mm-hmm.
They're not just doing it for to make it look pretty. They're actually filtering and cleaning the water. So whenever you want to shuck down a couple of oysters, just why don't you just pull the air filtration filter from your car and just chew on that?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's essentially what it is you're doing. Same thing goes with mollusks, shrimp, crabs, lobsters, and whatnot. All the high-end stuff. That's pretty much the cleanup crew of the ocean. Same thing goes with octopuses too, squid and whatnot. Well, no, not squid, not so much squid. Octopuses obviously are both hunters and scavengers. But again, if $20 is $20, so an octopus ain't turning away from that.
Mm-hmm.
I just ruined brunch for people.
Oh, please! You should see the kids I work with. I mentioned anything involving biology, and somehow I ruined something that they've been dealing with their entire lives. It's like, oh, we're gonna dissect a raw chicken wing that you see at a grocery store. You just ruined chicken for me, but like, don't you already buy a raw chicken and then just dissect it on your own with your teeth?
Don't deal with raw chicken. They get it fried or whatever. They don't really think about it.
But you go to the grocery store with your parents, though.
I know it's stupid. I'm like, do you know what you think chicken wings already come, dipped in buffalo sauce and already flash fried? No.
Yeah, like if you were just straight up like hemophobic, okay, like that's fair. Like just tell me you're hemophobic and I will accommodate you. But yeah, no, it's but yeah, you're dealing with something that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's not like you got a fresh live chicken that you're gonna behead yourself.
It's also like those moments. I'm like, my niece kind of gave me a little bit of crap because we were cooking burgers on the grill, and she was just like, "I've never seen raw hamburger before." I'm like,
Mm.
"You are literally 20 years old and you've never seen raw hamburger before."
Please, at McDonald's, I've seen raw hamburger from over the counter.
Child, please. Just what the just like. Oh yeah, again, not a vegan, not a vegetarian. Heaven forbid. We do not allow that here because I'm like, yeah, I know you're 20 and everything,
Mhm.
but and your lifestyle, but before you were 20, you were scarfing down chicken nuggies, wings, and burgers like if there were no tomorrow. So don't get on me about,
Yeah.
well, I brought two
Honest,
soup and soy patties. That's fine, but don't put it anywhere near the dang grill.
yeah. Yeah. And the weird thing about for me is nuggies because don't get me wrong, I like nuggies, but what's weird about nuggies is that it's actually grounded chicken.
Yeah,
It's
right.
grounded chicken breast, sometimes with a little bit of that ligament deliciousness. But the thing is, it's grounded chicken. A chicken strip uses cut up fresh chicken and muscle, and like you like fry it and whatnot. That's why like the meat is very straighted. But the nugget, like the reason it has that texture and you could shape it like a dinosaur is because it's grounded. Pray it's just breast meat and not like a bunch of other random stuff where you're mostly tendons and ligaments because some much more dubious corner cutting nugget providers do that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the main theming of these two episodes revolve around food. So wait, I thought we were dealing with undead monsters and a kid being manipulated by a spider. How the hell did
You
we get
thought.
here? How
You
did we get
thought.
here? Of
You
all places,
thought.
how did we get here? Well, we haven't focused on Hajime
Mhm.
for a while. Like we've given him a few spots here and there, especially with little sis Amane, but we haven't really dove into that recently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, please no.
Yeah, so basically, Hajime gets intercepted by a mysterious woman who is a serpent undead. She's like, "Hello, hello, Chalice, or should I say, Joker?" And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself at this point, why does everyone start off by calling him Chalice? Why don't they ever call him Spirit? Because it's not like he's in his chalice form; he's in his spirit form. It's just an odd thing to think about in hindsight. But yeah, no, she runs the fade. He starts limping off, and I guess he loses some of his memories for some reason. But yeah, the others try to intercept Serpent Queen, but no, Hajime disappeared on top of Mitsuki having also disappeared. Meanwhile, some guy who looks like Hajime is making takoyaki, flirting with some girl, and then some gyaru shows up. It's like you bastard, and throws octopus at him.
Yeah, why?
Because turns out she is his fiance.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
If I can give you the disappointed look my cat is giving me right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, my dog, he has no look of disappointment. He's just like,
I
so
I
are we
am
gonna go for walkies or what?
I am just like, wait. We are having a midlife crisis right now. We are having
Quarter life.
a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And apparently we are now getting involved with a food vendor and his Garu
Mhm.
fiance.
Mhm.
as opposed to what does
Mhm.
this what does this mean for the episode? It's filler.
Yeah.
It's official filler. It's official filler.
It's arc ending filler.
Because yes, we do have the serpent undead obviously running around and trying to find Hajime. That is the key focal point. But we have to go through a little side mission now because yeah, so who's the spirit and who is my fiance?
Yeah. But yeah, so the two of them run into each other. It's like, listen, we need to switch lives because I'm overwhelmed. I have to run a takoyaki clan that's in a war against the Taiyaki clan, and I have to get married to my fiance who's part of the Taiyaki clan. But the thing is, I also don't want to be married yet because I want to sow my oats.
Oh my god.
And then like the dude just jumps out the window like he's freaking Ichio from Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider, just as his girlfriend shows up. It's like, you bastard, and it's like I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you pretend? And like she throws an octopus and Hachi just like it's like, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Catches the other one. And it's like, oh no, the Taiyaki guys are here. And then she like runs, and then like she's like, oh no. She tries to hide him under her mattress. It's like, listen, we made this Taiyaki, you gotta try it. And it's like nasty ass Taiyaki.
Here I
I
what the only thing that links takoyakis and taiyakis is the butter. It's literally a waffle pancakey type of batter but what one is full of cabbage, carrots, and octopus, and the other one could be a savory creamy custard or red bean paste or even Nutella. It's literally a pastry. Takoyakis are not pastries. I mean, you could sort of classify it as a pastry, kind of, but it's more so the cabbage, the carrots, and the octopus. It just happens.
This is very similar to an episode of Steven Universe where there was like this whole all-out war between the French fry family and the pizza family, just because the French fry family just happened to have mozzarella sticks in the back of their freezer.
That was
for knows how long. It's like, wait a minute. Flour, cheese, sauce, the ingredients of a pizza. I thought we had a truce. You broke the truce. We are at war.
That was so stupid, I swear to God. Oh yeah, no, mozzarella sticks are totally pizza. Yeah, totally pizza. You know what? I'm gonna take this bagel. And I'm gonna go over here and
marinara on it,
and put marinara and some cheese and whatnot. It's like, yeah, I just made a pizza bagel.
At that point, you could just get pico de gallo and a quesadilla and call that a pizza.
Yeah, pretty much.
It would be more of a torta, but still.
I swear. Jesus Christ, man. I know some people are like, well, Steve, you've been to Japan. You almost lived there at one point in your life. Like, yeah, but again, that's like comparing a hot dog to a hot pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not the same. Oh, it's bread with meat or whatever. It's like it's the filling is pretty much what is the separation between the two. Okay, I know. my family comes from Central America, and what we have over there is what we would call pasteles, which again in Spanish translates to like
to pastry.
To pastry or to cakes.
Yeah, basically pastels basically covers every pastry except for cookies, which is galletas.
When you eat it, it's actually stuffed with pork and carrots and potatoes, and it's a meat pie pretty much.
Ooh.
But again, it's like when you hear the word, you're
thinking cake.
You're thinking cakes. You're thinking something sweet. It's like no. I make it very clear with people. It's like no. This is not a sweet. This is not a dessert. This is literally like a meat pita, a meat pocket.
You know,
as opposed to like, yeah. So why the fuck are there two warring families exactly?
No,
and it's like, oh yeah, well, we don't know. That just happens to be, just happens to be a thing. Which I think one of the heads of the family is another prolific actor in Sentai and Kamen Rider. Wasn't one of them Ami's butler in Kyoryuger? Could have sworn I've seen that guy before. But either or, I'm like, all right. So how the fuck did Hajime get roped into this? Yeah, pretty much. Dumbass over here is like, I'm young and single and ready to mingle, and this is more of a marriage of inconvenience for me because we're trying to make truce, and she's cute and everything, and she's hot, but I got options. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you do not. I swear, I have never met like a girl that is like, oh my god, I just want to get into bed with a man who makes fried octopus balls. Yeah, that's totally what brings the ladies out and gets them excited. Is fried octopus balls. Yep. You are totally on the highly desirable list. And Hajime, yeah, these two are both night and day in terms of their attitude and how they present themselves. Apparently, this is the version of her man that she really wants him to be, because apparently he's just aloof. Her fiance is aloof, a goof, and also a coward. Hajime is not that. Which I don't even think Hajime understands the situation that he happens to be in right now. He is just going with the semantics of like, well, I want to learn about people, so I guess I'll just go with it. I might learn something. Yeah, maybe. And you might get married against your will. Either or. We again, we go on this random adventure with Hajime, and we wind up taking the fake back to the Kotara house because little sis Amane is mad at her uncle for like tearing into Hajime earlier on in the episodes, which again, I'm like, you know what, Amane? I am this close, darling, of like literally my belt meeting your backside. Because there is no reason at all that you are being so sassy right now. Yeah, Hajime's been gone for a while, but that was because of Mr. Shino. And what they found out, and also what your uncle had found out. Wasn't because they chased him away. It wasn't because of any of that. Hajime left on his own. But you go and find him, and you bring him back, and you're like, you walk up to your uncle, and you're like, you're going to apologize to him for what you said. And I'm like, okay,
first of all, Hajime,
who the hell are you? Well, again, everyone was like, Because again, she brings the Hajime in, and he's very respectful, very upbeat, and like, hey, let's get along, everybody. I'm like, what? It makes Kotaro drop his milk. Everybody is shocked. It's like, wait, this isn't Hajime. Who are you? Or it's like, maybe he got hit in the head or something. I mean, we actually like this Hajime. He's actually tolerable. Although Amane is kind of upset because she's like, you're not Hajime. You're nice. You actually get along with everyone. Who are you? Darling, back of the room. Right now. Right now. I'm taking my belt off and you're gonna... No. You brought a stranger into our house and now you're like, this isn't my hot... You know what? I don't care. Like, be mopey, be bitchy, be whatever, but you're like, if you actually knew Hajime, then you wouldn't have grabbed the fake. Yeah. So where is Hajime? He's with the Garu and passing for this jackass, which he just happens to go along with. And everything's like, so you two are getting along and you're actually wanting to get married? I don't know what marriage is, but sure, I guess. Then we will soon be wed. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I know arranged marriages are a weird thing, but that quickly? Isn't it kind of shocking to any of you guys that this kid is like, oh yeah, no, I'm cool with it. What is that, by the way? When for the past couple of months, apparently he's been dodging it like a bad flu. Okay, moving away from the A plot, we do have two undeads.
Yes, a serpent and tortoise. I feel like this is an Aesop story waiting to happen, but it surprisingly isn't.
Yeah, Hajime. The serpent undead is looking for Hajime because, again, we have said that she knows who he is, she knows what he can do, and I'm guessing, well, I'm just gonna kill you and take your powers then. And of course, she has, again, a tortoise and a snake. They always get paired up, those two.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a frog and a scorpion. Sometimes it's a tortoise and a hare. Sometimes it's a hawk and a snake.
Yeah, let's see here. What else is there?
Sometimes it's a pig, a deer, and a butterfly.
Let's see what else is there here about this episode.
Sometimes it's a pheasant and monkey and dog. But yeah, no, it's like, going back to the A plot, the turns out like Hajime is better at making takoyaki than the other guy is. So yeah, he basically runs off on a wedding because he does sense an undead, and that's something he just has to deal with. And yes, Loki does get his memory back. Feels like the whole amnesia thing is a wasted subplot.
Did he even have amnesia? Like, I didn't even realize that he had amnesia.
It was briefly mentioned for like 5 minutes. So like half the time I'm thinking to myself, when did he get his memories back?
He just sensed the undead, making a fuss because they found the fake Hajime and started like attacking him. And I'm like, okay, you guys know that this Hajime is not yours, and yet you guys haven't put two and two together. That
it's like he looks like Spirit Undead. That's all we need.
Like, this Hajime is freaking out and seeing undead, and it's like, yeah, that's not Hajime. That's not him. Even so, the hair isn't right. So it's like, yeah. So that goes into episode 30. Let's see here. Have it written right down here. Damn tablets. Let's see here. Lost Memories, episode 30. And this is the episode where we finally get another upgrade.
Yeah.
Featuring Garen's Jack form.
I'm noticing a pattern with some of these some of these upgrades is that there's always two undeads involved, so that we could just seal away the one undead that we need to get the power, and then we just have to and then we use the upgrade itself to seal the other undead.
Mm.
Just so that we don't have to wait a whole episode to show that off.
Okay, so that whole thing about running out on the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Hajime reveals not what he is, but he's like, yeah, I'm not your fiance. Like, didn't you put two and two together, like how cool I am and how much more of a badass I am than your actual fiance?
Yeah.
And she's like, I did, but I thought that like finally my fiance became a man, and like, no, I'm a totally different guy. I am not your fiance, but I did learn a lot from being around you weirdos this whole time. I don't really understand what this marriage thing is about, but I got to go face a tortoise right now. I have to go fight a tortoise.
Yeah.
Also, kind of a shocker that our fake Hajime actually realizes that his fiance actually loves Hajime more than him. So
because
now
he's actually being more badass and responsible. Like
that kind of burns his biscuits a little bit, because it's like,
yeah,
like, wait, you like him more than me, but I'm your fiance. Yeah, and you never wanted to be with her. So what?
Yeah, it's like even when he comes back to his house, it's like, wait, I have two sons? No, this is your real son, the one that you gave birth to, the one I want to marry. Pointing at Hajime and not the actual son.
Yeah. It's oh god. I actually had this happen to a family member once, and again, I don't get along with my extended family much, but that was the one time that I was actually like, it's kind of crazy how the in-law is more loved than the actual biological children.
Oh yeah, no, I've been in that situation where where like the parents of the person I date like me more than the person I date.
I still talk to a few of my ex's parents, just randomly, like, no, we don't bring them up. We just like, like, oh hey, how are you, how's this, how is life in the other countries, or retirement life. I'm like, oh, we haven't, and it's crazy how, like, in that situation, I'm like, well, how come you look? Because they're not a fuck up. They haven't been arrested, and also they don't have a record as long as a certain appendage of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny. Like even like one of my recent exes, their dad ran into my parents at a grocery store, and they're like, "Oh, how you doing? Oh, we're doing great. How's your boy doing? Oh, he's doing all right. Well, I hope everything's going well. He's a really good guy. I'm really sorry that our daughter like drove him away."
I have had that happen many a time with people, and it's like, my God, my daughter's so fucking stupid, and like, and like she's already been through like 3, 4, 5 guys already, and every last one I can't stand them. I go like, I don't know, what is it you want me to do? Like, she's a free, independent thinking woman, so let her make her choices. And I'm like, no, we don't talk about them. I choose not to speak about them. We're talking about us. We're talking us here, not about someone else.
Yeah, even my ex fiance, like her dad, like even mentioned not too long, he found me online, and it's like basically it's like he disclosed that like yeah no like he hated every guy she dated after me.
No, I know. I have so been there. I've so been there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it's so much that you are not liked by your parents, even by your fiance, just of the person you are, and now that's bothering you. But I thought they loved me. Who told you that? I swear I said the same thing to my family member. It's like, how come they love like the in-law more than me? Because again, you want me to name off everything that you've done? I even like him. I even trust him more than you. And we grew up together. So you would run. I really do wish that he was related to me by blood instead of you. I would trade you in for I would trade you in for a half-eaten Snicker. That's how useless you are.
I would trade you for a melted Klondike bar.
Exactly. I would take you for less of something else's value. That's how useless you are. Okay.
I would pay someone money to obtain something of a low value just to get rid of you.
I would pay someone to take you away. I would pay them. No, here's some money. Get them out of here. I don't care. Send them wherever.
Send them to Antarctica.
Yeah, I don't care. Just get them out of here. I would pay them. Because why? You're useless. That's what it is, and that's the thing here. I want to sow my oats. I got options. In all honesty, you don't. And leave the sowing our oats to me and the rest of us single guys with good attitudes, not your fuckboy mentality. This is why dating and relationships are just so trash now, is because of people like you. As for and again, it's so funny because he's just like, oh, I thought I was gonna be the heir. I'm like, you were supposed to, but you decided no, fuck it. And now that it's being taken away and given to Hajime, now you want it back. Again, Amane, I already did. Now I'm taking this guy to the back, and I'm not. No, not my belt. I'm getting the fucking switch. Not that kind of switch. Okay, the other type of switch. If you know, you know. I am gonna give this guy 20 lashes. That's how useless he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So feeling extremely peeved that he got rejected. What's it called? The other guy just like switches to the Taiyaki side. So it's like, I want to prove that I'm worth something, so I'm joining the Taiyaki squad. Even though Hajime, like, without even trying, makes better takoyaki. It's like here, you use this dough, like he accidentally drops it, and somehow it perfectly ends up in like all of the takoyaki slots. Like, here, have some octopus. And it's just like, shh. It's not even like looking at the octopus, and it ends up like perfectly evenly distributed for like every chamber. It's like, and then it's like, here, use these, and it was like, he maintains like a straight face, and the takoyaki tastes better. So he has to work cut out for him.
Yeah. I don't know how the two are related, but yeah, you gotta suck massive dong if you can't even get that right. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people say that making takoyaki is like it takes skill and whatnot.
Yeah.
In a way, yes, but also it's not that hard of a skill to obtain. Now, if you're talking about like rapid, like production of said items,
Yeah.
like you see like those stalls and videos from Osaka of like the very large, like,
it took me several weeks to figure out how to do omurice correctly.
it's that itself is like, no, but to actually get the process down, no, that's simple. It's the other stuff that you think is like it, but even making taiyakis, it's just again, it's pretty much just making a pastry. And the thing is, you have an iron that does all the work. You're just filling it.
Yep.
Either or, I still don't know why we focus so much on that. And it's like, do we not have a snake and a tortoise we got to deal with?
Well, thankfully, Tachibana gets a Rouse Absorber in the mail. Guess he played Amazon Prime and not Amazon USDA Choice. But yeah, so like the great stall battle begins, and not Hajime shows up looking like Gangan G from Kamen Rider's Sky Rider. He is like, I am Super Master Takoyaki, Master Taiyaki final form, and it's like, bruh, what is this? But yeah, so the two spirit lookalikes are like trying to like compete against each other. Honestly, the edits from these two episodes earlier on look like they did it way faster than what they're doing here. So it's like, oh, ultimate form, special turbo, but then Hajime's line is visited by a certain snake-eyed woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, TLDR, she causes the ruckus, destroys the stand. It's like, oh, Joker, you're into takoyaki now? Well, I don't like takoyaki or taiyaki. It's like, how dare you insult the two greatest pastries in Japan? So then he becomes Chalice, and well, he just quickly seals her. There's really not much to say about it. Oh, but before he does, like, I love how the other guy, like he finally grows a pair of red bean, and then takes his taiyaki plate and just slams it into her face, causing her to suffer from third-degree burns. Fish-shaped third-degree burns.
Yeah, why?
I'm just surprised it worked, to be honest.
Yeah, who knew? Evil doers beware.
Yeah, we got taiyaki.
We have waffle-shaped fish cakes.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, using his, hawk drill, his tornado drill kick, he manages to seal her away. And while everyone else is fighting Tortoise, Hajime shows up, still wearing his hoppy. He's like, here, use this card. Going on a tangent, I just thought one of the silliest things from Digimon Tamers was in that episode when they were fighting that Tiger Deva, where it's like, quick, Rika, use this. And like, they're like really far away. And like, you're seeing that card fly across the park, very long distance. And I'm like, I'm surprised that card is still airborne for this long. It's not even slow motion. It's still spinning really fast. So, yeah, that was such a weird scene from Digimon Tamers. But the point is, the Tachibana uses Absorption Queen, Fusion Peacock. Yeah, and yeah, so he gains a peacock form. I'm be honest, Garen, Jack, does not look as bad as Blade Jack, but I think it's because the red undersuit just works better with it.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got the nice bayonet on his gun. So, yeah. So Hajime returns to the Jacaranda, and Kotar, who still doesn't know that he was hanging out with an imposter the entire time. It's like, hey, Hajime, can you give me a shoulder rub? It's like, I'm not gonna give you a shoulder rub. I hate you. And then all of a sudden, like, Amaya, like, it's like, Hajime, you're back. Woo woo.
And I'm like, again, Kotaro, did you not rake him across the coals like a couple episodes back? And now you're like, yeah, give me a shoulder massage. I like you now. But, well, who said we don't have a comedical way to end things,
Mm. And
well,
thankfully,
that's it. Oh, did the two?
And the two of them did get married. Hajime even rides across on his motorcycle just to hear the two dads do their fatherly prayer thing that they're supposed to be doing at a Japanese wedding, and then he drives off, and that's when we end the episode. Tune in next time when we deal with a king, a 10, and an evolution of a lifetime.
And maybe a sub story about yakisoba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, as they say in Zenkaiger, there's no wrong way to eat noodles. Oh, wait. There's one thing that we didn't bring up in these last 3 episodes. Episodes 28 through 30 and 31, but we're not doing episode 31, have a short 2-minute mini-sode that takes place between the Missing Ace, that takes place before the events of Missing Ace. You gotta promote the movie somehow, and the movie's a summer film. So we will discuss those mini-sodes during our movie discussion, but yeah, just know episode 28 introduced us to Lark. 29 introduced us to Lance, and then they reveal who the mysterious Yellow Rider is in episode 30. And again, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that in a couple of weeks when we discuss the actual movie. Just bringing it up in case anyone's like, you did not mention the 4 specials. Nope, we just did. We're just not going into it right away. All right, thoughts.
What the fuck with these last 2 episodes?
The funny thing is, it's a filler, but I actually enjoyed them. It just feels weird that this is how we're ending the arc with.
I mean, we had such momentum. We had so much momentum. And you're kind of asking yourself, what are we going to do with Mitsuki? What are we going to do with now that Mr. Shoma is gone? What's to happen? And then we get a Hajime 2-part episode special about what if Hajime almost got married? Or what if Hajime was actually tolerable?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think these episodes would have worked better if episodes 29, 30 switch places with episodes 27 and 28. Hear me out, because we know in episode 26 that there is a second absorber that's being manufactured. It's just not ready yet. We could just say that, Mr. Shima needs to go away for a while in order to finish making it. Then we have that whole ordeal with Hajime. We get the second absorber in the mail, and then after we deal with this whole wedding thing, Mitsuki starts acting crazy, and then that's when Mr. Shima has to come back and reveal stuff, and then finish the arc with him being sealed away while Mitsuki goes on the run.
Mm-hmm.
See, like you could just keep the same 5 episodes, just swap out the order.
Yeah. It would have made more sense if we had the last two in the beginning, and then finally lives up momentum there. But yeah,
like it would transition better, and it's kind of like how in Godfather Part 3 they took that scene where he's at the Vatican, and then they moved it to the beginning of the film instead of 40 minutes in, because high key it makes more sense that it takes place there. Because then it's like, why are we having this party where like the Vatican is celebrating Michael, and then he later on goes to the Vatican to like pay them a lot of money. It makes more sense that he buys them out at the beginning of the film, and then he is celebrated for helping out the Vatican.
Yeah. But yeah, story-wise, the final two really blow the momentum.
Yeah.
We don't even know what happened to Mitsuki in these 2 episodes. They don't even mention him.
Don't even ask.
They don't even ask. They're like, wait, what happened? Wait, Tachibana, you got your ass kicked by Mitsuki. Like, yeah, he's in timeout, or he's in his room. Is he even in there? He hasn't come out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Steve, for your benefit, don't ask.
No, I'm not, because I'm like, I have already cast my my shame onto Mitsuki. I protected Michi from Gaim like a child, but this is the child that you learn the lesson and yet forget it the next day and continue the bullshit. So
yeah. So yeah, for me, I have to give these episodes in the correct order. 9, 7, 8, 8, 8. It's like, I don't hate the Hajime 2-parter. Honestly, it's like one of the most fun 2-part episodes in the season.
Yeah.
It's just the placement just feels off, but everything involving Mitsuki is just so insufferable. It's like, and like we're not gonna get like Mitsuki being good until episode 42. I'm like, which means, another 12 episodes of having to deal with insufferable Mitsuki. But those are my thoughts. At least Tachibana learned to chill out, and he stayed chill. Kenzaki, there's really not much of anything to say about Kenzaki throughout this 5-part episode to begin with, other than literally just episode 26. And Amane, girl, please. Why are you basing your affection off of torturing your uncle? Seriously.
Yeah, stop being annoying, Amane. Seriously.
Yeah. All right. How about you? What are your scores?
26 through 28.
30. Oh, 28. Okay.
Yeah, those I would say are like 8s. They're like, because of the momentum, the story, and how it's progressing and regressing characters. These last 2, as funny as it is, it goes down to like 2 7s, or like 2 like a low 7 to a high 6, in terms of like, especially when it came to the to the undead. Obviously, like that was possibly the only thing that had the momentum going. Other than that, it's like, yeah, what was the purpose of this being the last 2 episodes of the arc?
Yeah. I mean, the best argument I could make is, we have one less fun romp with Hajime before the whole Joker thing becomes the focus of the season.
But when you've already introduced or already said that he is, it's like, yeah, we know this isn't softening the blow about what's about to come, you know?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But with that in mind, yeah. Yeah, what do the audience have to say? Let's go.
Yeah, what do they say this early in the morning?
Yeah. Let's see. Hambeecher Jeremiah. Hey, I see you got the Gundam Fight 13 017 and Neo Japan 2 in your background. That's pretty cool. First 10 episodes are not good, but the rest of the show and the finale pour one out. Well, let's see if Steve agrees with you by the time when we get to episode 49. But you're not wrong. Like, we went into this, episodes 4 through 15 were very painful to have to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can I call you? Can I ask you guys a question? Did you guys think the guy that played the Kamen Blade had kind of a slur to? I'm guessing this is spelling here. Kamen Rider Blade had a slur to his acting. He had an accent.
He had an accent, which that was what a lot of people had brought up about this show, and we even did in the first.
We got some of that Kamen Rider Blade.
Yeah, so and again, it's not the fact that he has a slur or a lisp. It's just, it's just how he pronounced certain words. And it's kind of like we said, it's like if someone that came from like the southern United States, of how we would, like, you know, hear the y'alls and all that stuff, you know, like imagine Dolly Parton, how she speaks.
Yeah.
But we get why she does, and it's like, no, it's fine. But I'm like, well, how can we give crap to other people who speak that way? Like, no, that. But we do kind of like in the show, we do realize that his pronunciation has become more
of a meme. Yeah, like for me, since I'm not fluent in Japanese, believe me, I'm learning Japanese, but I'm not fluent in it. I would not be able to tell that he has some kind of an accent unless it was pointed out to me.
We wouldn't be aware if it wasn't for everyone like memeing the hell out of this series itself, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it up, but I'm like, again, in my research of this show, everyone just brings it up that Ken in the first like 10 to 15 episodes had a bit of a southern drawl, some type of, country bumpkin way of speaking.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm watching Kaku Ranger right now. So it is funny when Kane Kosugi is speaking in English. It's like, whoa, that's real gold. I do not speak Japanese. Yeah, hey, it's wrong for them to attack you even though you're a yokai.
And Kane Kosugi did not speak Japanese when he was on that show. He learned as he was on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, like he said a few lines in Japanese, but it's very clear like he was told how to say the phrases before he actually said them while recording. Which is fine and dandy because like I don't speak Japanese. I can say certain phrases fluently, but only because I learned how to say those phrases ahead of time, like Ori no tsuyosai ni omae ga naita. So like even like Japanese people who I've become acquainted with said, wow, like your accent sounds very authentic. But the thing is, but I don't speak Japanese. I'm just like really good at voice acting, and combine it with the fact that I am good at pronouncing various phonemes in a certain sequence. But there are certain ones I'm not good at, like chi and she, or sen and zen. I have a harder time with. Yeah, because they're just that similar. Heck, even in certain Spanish-speaking countries, they pronounce certain words with a b instead of a p because it's just because the non-voice bilabial plosive is just not in their phonological pool. So like they would probably say berito instead of perito, and they're not even aware that they're just saying it differently, because it's like you just don't hear certain sounds, and you just cannot make certain sounds. But it is really weird when you have a person named Paula, and like people say her name as Paula.
Mm-hmm.
That takes getting used to. All right. Wow. Aren't we bringing up something that happened in Ultra 7? He did the same thing. What specific thing happened in Ultra 7?
What happened in Ultra 7?
I haven't watched Ultra 7 yet. I have it on Blu-ray, but I know that there's like an element of like capturing kaiju, but I'm not 100% sure as to what the specific reference is. Maybe when we finally do watch Ultra 7, maybe I'll recognize it. Watching Kamen Rider Blade, what are your thoughts on it? Well, we'll get to
thoughts.
We're telling you our thoughts right now, but we won't know our final thoughts until we get to the finale. So it is what it is. All right. With that in mind, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We discuss all things Tokusatsu, Kamen Rider Blade, Kamen Rider Zets, the final episode of number 1 Sentai Go Juger, which will soon be replaced with Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. Yeah, I'm still getting used to that. And of course, Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. And don't forget Ultraman Cosmos. We're currently doing Cosmos. Hopefully we'll finish it in 3 months. A lot of episodes. And 2 more movies to go. So there's that. Also, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss all things movies, TV shows, vlogs, and interviews. We recently uploaded a vlog for Pasadena Comic-Con, and we'll be uploading our interviews starting this weekend. And with that in mind, we hope you guys enjoy. If you want to say hi to us in person, our next convention will be at Robo Toy Fest on May 31st at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center. And then Power Morphicon will be on August 28th through the 30th at the Pasadena Convention Center, where we will be meeting Koichi and Mokoto Sakamoto. Yes, both of them. And the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Kane Kosuke, a.k.a. Ninja Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't wait for that. Yeah. He's got the DX version. I've got the Memorial version. Get whichever version you would like. It is what it is. But with all that said, guys, thank you guys so much. We hope you have a great weekend. We hope to see you again real soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.